Mary Beth, but growing up as a little girl, my grandmother, she was Italian, but she married, as she would say, a Hungarian. And she learned his mom's recipe for nut roll. So for the holidays, nut rolls were a really big thing. She and her sister, my great aunt, would slave all weekend long just making nut rolls and nut rolls and nut rolls. And I just remember it was one of my favorite things, even more so than a chocolate chip cookie at this time of year. So I am so happy that Marie Louise Ludwig, one of our favorite foodies here, brought along these nut rolls from Butter Maid Bakery.
Yes, in Ohio.
And the name says it all. You want to talk about made from scratch. These are just loaded with a yeast pastry of butter. For this slightly sweet, nutty, buttery experience. And it's so good to see you here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for bringing this. Brand new today. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to have 4 12-ounce, we call them Kolachi pastries, which actually is an old world term for a sweet yeast pastry.
Eastern European, yes it is.
Okay, and those 12 are going to come in 3 different flavors. So what you're going to get right here is you're going to get the original recipe of the #1 selling walnut.
Yeah.
You're going to get a pecan nut roll, and then you're going to get a poppy, which is one of the favorites that my grandmother used to make.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're getting 2 walnuts. So 12 slices from each, but this is really, it's talking about tradition. And this just goes right to my heart. My grandmothers used to make these.
They did
as
too.
you were saying. And who does this anymore? Let's go to Ohio, where I actually grew up. What a coincidence. Where a 4th generation family is still making these the same way with a 150-year-old recipe. The same way. What does that mean? It means fresh yeast, sweet cream, tons and tons of butter, which makes a light, pillowy dough, bringing in the freshest of nuts, grinding them before they put them into the dough, rolling them out by hand. Do you know what this is? This is a rolling pin. Rolling these all out by hand, rolling them on a big table, measuring them, filling them, rolling them up, letting them rise, and baking them off so that you can taste a tradition that so many of us grew up with and so many of us love that has gone away. It's gone away.
Now what you're going to have here is an immediate ship date, so this can ship out right away to you, or if you need it more for your holidays in December, it will ship out December 2nd. So choose that. The immediate's really taking off right now. Look at the layers. This is the original walnut, the #1 selling that they have, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So look at this. You've got this soft, pillowy dough. It is sweet cream. It is a yeast dough, but look at the layers on this, on the inside of here. So imagine a big dough that's all rolled out and then it's filled. They get English walnuts from California. Those are the best. They're the best walnuts. They grind them fresh in the bakery. They mix them up with all the ingredients come together and they stuff these, and look at the layers. This is just bites and bites and bites of that fresh, sweet, creamy walnut meets that pillowy, soft dough. So you're getting such a taste of tradition. So you get 2 of the walnut ones.
Okay.
And then we'll go over here to something new.
Wait. Okay. I'm dying right here to
I was waiting for you to ask.
This original walnut. If you could put that. I love this because the way that these nut rolls are done, you could just take a slice like this and eat it. You don't need to do proper with a fork. You just dig right in. And I love this in the morning with some hot coffee or tea. It's just outstanding.
And they arrive to you fresh. They're actually sealed in freezer bags, so you can freeze them for 6 months, take them out, best at room temperature. Super if you warm them up a little bit. All right. Do you love it?
Oh my God.
It's like your grandmother and your aunt are in their kitchen, and we're all sitting around having tea.
I'm sitting at I called my grandmother Ninny. She wanted it to be Nina, but we could only spit out Ninny. And I'm sitting at her table. She had this red velvet tablecloth, and I would love just walking into her house to smell this.
Yes.
It just overwhelmed. It's warm. Like, you just took me home. Like, you took me home to my safe place. That's what this does. It's a memory. It's a tradition. Oh my gosh,
look at
so
that.
good.
You can see the pecan coming on the outside. So sweet pecans, this is like a pecan pie wrapped up in that traditional European dough. Heated up. This is delicious. As is, or you can put a little sauce over the top of it. And then down here at the end, so many of us remember the poppy seed.
This is a lost art too, especially with the poppy seed flavor. Now, my grandmother would grind down the poppy seed.
Too,
it gets a little fruity like that, yeah.
It does, and it's got a little bit of sweet and bittersweet, and look at this.
I have to give you an update right now. If you want the immediate ship date, I only have 600 remaining. If you want December the 2nd, I have a few more than that, but we are super busy on the phone. Everybody wanting a little kolache, a little memory, a little history home to you or to them in a nut roll. Remember, you will get 2 of the original walnut, and then you'll get 1 each of their newer flavor of the pecan, which can't wait to taste. And we're going to bring Mary Beth in here to do so. And also 1 of the poppy seed. This is less than $30. These are shipped fresh.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
And then what we do we throw them in the freezer right away if we're not going to eat it? Mary Beth, come on out,
for 6
please.
months. They're ready for the holidays. Take them out as you need
Here's
them.
a plate.
Wow.
Would you like to try the pecan?
Did anyone in your family make nut roll?
No,
Oh,
I've
my
never
goodness.
ever had
so
anything
good.
like this
It
before.
is just such a
I don't know
family
what to
tradition.
tell you, but-
And may I say, out here where we live right now,
Yeah.
if you're lucky in the Philadelphia area, it's such a melting pot of wonderful people that are trying so hard to give us traditions back. You will see nut roll signs outside of churches.
Really?
And people will wait because all of the older members of the church and hopefully younger members are going to learn how to do this. We'll come together and make these nut rolls. But this family, 4th generation, same recipe that their great-great-grandfather made when he came to America. He would walk along the streets in his cart and sell these nut rolls. In a day where automation is so big, all done by hand. Made with
I
love.
have never eaten anything like this before. It is delicious.
Isn't it? You can taste the butter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And also the fact that, like, I like nuts, but I'm not a nut about nuts. This tastes so smooth and creamy, not too sweet, not too nutty either, just really perfect.
Yeah, and it's a
Oh my
yeast
gosh.
dough, and they source all of their ingredients locally. Farm fresh eggs, sweet cream, butter. You need real, fresh, sweet cream butter.
I love having new things that are just so
I do
exciting.
too. I do too.
It's the spice of life.
I have to give an update already. If you want the immediate ship date, we are last call. It is not going to last.
Thank you.
Please
They'll
don't
be so
worry and fret.
happy.
Be on the line, because if we do miss out on that, you can still have these shipped to you December 2nd. Trust me. If you've ever grown up with a nut roll, if you've ever been to that church fundraiser where they always had the nut roll, at least they did in my community, Pennsylvania Dutch-like area.
Yeah.
Nut rolls were big as well.
Yeah.
This is just going to take you back. It is so satisfying. It's highly addicting. And when it's made with real butter and real ingredients, it's real flavor that you taste just like your grandmother and your great aunts used to make. Remember, 2 of the original walnut, your best-selling recipe, the newest pecan, and then you get 1 of the poppy seed. They're all delicious. Again, freeze them. How long will they stay good in the freezer?
6 months.
6 months.
6
And
months in the
trust me,
freezer.
the pecan,
Lots.
I can just imagine warmed.
Yes.
Maybe with a little bit of ice cream.
And
on
you've
the
got
side.
48 slices with all 4 that you're
hello.
getting. Yeah, I know. You're taking some with you, aren't
Oh,
you?
Marie-Louise Ludwig, I
Thank you, my
am.
friend.
Yes, this is my appetizer for Gourmet Holiday today. All right, so I just want to mention we've got lots of great things. It's a 3-hour show. Mary Beth and I will be